Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. FATQURHOHMAN from Mathematics Education from Muhammadiyah University, Jember, Indonesia. On this occasion, I will present the result of research and teacher analysis of middle school student problem-solving abilities in terms of visual learning style. Okay. Before discussing the result of this research, we need to review that in the world of education, mathematics is scientific discipline for other field of science. The field of mathematics cover topic such number is arithmetic and number theory. To formula and relate structure is algebra. To shape and the shape space in which there exists to geometry and quantities and their of change is calculus and analysis. So uh, this my introduce my research is mathematics 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 is consists of two, namely the side on objective and learning. Objective is uh, the aim or goal. So the goal or aim, namely, is promote systematic, creative, analytical, logical, and critical thinking. For the learning of mathematics is namely chain and relationship by the related to algebra, to space and shape is related to geometry, uh, to quantity related to number and number pattern is uncertainty and data related to statistic and probability. So mathematics is to consist by goal uh, or aim and the learning mathematics by study. So mathematics is the main target. Uh, Learning mathematics is that problem solving skill. So solving skill is the important by the mathematics learning. Why the important mathematics learning by problem solving skill is number one, will think mathematical. Number two is apply mathematical operation in their relationship. And number three, will reasoning ability in identifying relevant information. By three important mathematical learning is can be certain our skill, the focus of problem solving. Is problem solving related by reasoning of skill? So, how to learning a skill? Learning skill by problem solving skill is the visual learning skill, the auditory learning skill, and the kinesthetic learning skill. To the visual learning skill, student is placed more emphasis on seeing, observe face, or observe the learning object. So, is the important by visual is observing, seeing, and object. To the auditory learning skill, student is impaired hearing to remember and understand the information. So the important by auditory is the remember to hear. The kinesthetic learning skill, the student impairs to understand. So important the kinesthetic is a thoughts to understand. So the learning skill is important by problem solving of skill. Uh, the focus of the research uh, is to analyze junior high school student problem solve abilities in terms of visual learning style in social arithmetic of material. Why the focus my research? Because the junior high school student problem solving abilities is important by visual learning style. And my research is material in social arithmetic. So that will provide further understanding of learning style and student ability to understand, analyze, and solve mathematical problems. Methods my research is descriptive of research in descript using a quality approach. The subject of this research were 40 students class 7. It's SMP tentang Banyuwangi, Indonesia. Data collect technique use questionnaire, test, and structure interview. The data analyst use is data reduction, data display, and conclusion drawing. So the focus and student my research is a, a user technique, a questionnaire, test, and structure review. So the ratio my research, these three three category by visual learning skill. But my ratio by questionnaire shows that from 20 students in class 7, it was found that there were 20 students with a visual learning style. Is a 7 student with an auditory learning style, 8 8 student with a kinesthetic learning style, and 5 student with mixed learning style. But my research is focused the visual learning style. So result my research, the student answer with category into high visual learning style, medium visual learning style, and low visual learning style. From the category, my high visual learning style is subject able to write down elements that are known as boards. Subject can solve questions briefly and precisely using the division method. However, the subject didn't do enough recalculation. This is a high visual learning skill. To medium visual learning skill, subject is able to record things that are known as for and can work on question with correct result, but the steps are not completely correct. So The subject didn't complete the identification with stack of calculates or the solution. The subject was still not in accordance with the correct step or stack. Whenever I often thought the answer was correct. So subject to medium visual learning is uh, can word question with correct result, but the steps are not complete correct. To to result low visual learning skill can can be describe the subject was only able to read was to know and act. The complicated step was not appropriate, and the final result and conclusion were incorrect. So the result my visual learning style is the three category is a high visual learning style, medium visual learning style, and low visual learning style. But three category uh, includes a various different. That's my description for that. So conclusion and my research is successful problem solving done with crucial to understand their nature that involve analyzing the given information, identifying relevant concept and formula, and breaking the problem with manageable step. Therefore, problem solving techniques include pattern recognition, forming analogies to previously solved the problem, breaking problem into small parts, and employing logical reason, so that problem solving skill in mathematics can be enhanced towards solving a variety of challenging a problem, develop their critical thinking, logic, and analytical skill. So the conclusion and my research. The final other words, the my presentation is cultivate to reading and writing to carve the future. Is my impression is thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.